Now this might seem like a normal map, but there's actually a hidden time bomb in so many of these countries, and including actually in a whole continent. This is the first time we get to play this game where we actually get to see a true Antarctica with all the different. Now, like, this is unofficial, but everyone has, like, unofficial claimed territories of this continent. That's still gonna be cool to watch. But as you can see, if we zoom in close enough to a place like Brazil, well, everyone is all teaming up in one singular alliance known as Brazil. And that's the same with the 50 states of the USA. Oh, man, I'm absolutely loving that all the flags are accurate there in the corner. We also have Canada. We also have Mexico. We also have big old Russia and big old China. Why is this a time bomb, you might ask? It's because you can leave alliances, and at any point these nations are going to break down, and it's going to be absolute chaos. At some point these places are going to be like, I don't really want to be a part of the UK, for instance, so it's just going to become England, or it's just going to become Wales, or Scotland, or Northern Ireland. Why does Northern Ireland get a flag? What the freak? They decided to draw the whole dragon, but they couldn't do the simple Northern Irish flag. And we really do got like all of the flags right here. This is really cool. Now, because things are so heavily broken down, things are going to be really different in the statistics panel. First of all, land area is going to change drastically whenever Russia completely collapses. I feel like that's only a matter of time. I don't even think this is like fully accurate. Oh, well, we have like autonomous. Oh, this is the Jewish. How do we have the Jewish autonomous oblast? That's like one of the most rare flags in the world, I feel. Yeah, this is definitely not all of Russia's like oblasts and administrative zones and things like that. I'm not sure what qualifies, like who gets their own territory and stuff like that, but Russia is still a very big nation. So is China, because China still has all of this, but they do have Inner Mongolia and autonomous region, which is pretty large. They have this area with the Uyghurs. Oh, China, yeah, we know about all that. North America gets divided completely between all the states, though, so that's why you will not find a USA. You can find Canada, funny enough, but that's just because they decided to not put the Northwest Territories, what is this, Yukon, and then Nunavut. Why would they not put Nunavut? The epic Nunavut? The fourth biggest nation in this world is this small area of Russia. This is just Russian territory. That's crazy how large they are. And then down here, not too far below that, is actually Australia's unofficial Antarctica territory. They apparently control a majority of this continent. Man, this is going to be crazy, because we actually have Antarctica. Now, I don't think they're going to be able to leave Antarctica. This is just going to be a singular battle royale on this small little continent, but it's still fun to watch. Here we go. We're pressing play, and instantly people are dying. Why are people dying already? The state of Israel instantly conquered Palestine. Okay, well, yeah, that checks out. We got some chaos in Syria, but what else is new? The Democratic Autonomous what? I'm actually a little bit scared because I know we're gonna lose a lot of nations. There's 700 nations on this map. They're nations, but they're also autonomous regions. They haven't broken away just yet. Oh, the UK gets a bunch of things. Wait, does the UK have like puppets all around, or what's going on here? Some of these are puppets around the world, I see. So for instance, Bermuda. Yeah, so the UK still has Bermuda. They have to send gold back to daddy. The French have a bunch of overseas territories, including a bunch in the Pacific. They have their Antarctica stuff. Okay, so this is going to be kind of like when we play like World War II maps and Europeans have, you know, land all around the world. But this is, interestingly, 2025. It's actually 2027 officially. Who's getting supplied by Germany? Oh, we even have German state flags? That's a cool one. We have unique Bavaria and Saxony and Baden. Oh boy, who's getting Kashmir? That's actually not Kashmir, but it is right now allied to Pakistan. Upper Austria was conquered by who? So it looks like Czechia is getting a little bit larger. Again, you can leave alliances. So when will the 50-state battle royale take place? Usually when I have these videos where like all the 50 states are broken down, you know, obviously the battle royale takes place instantly. But in this game, we might see the 50 states break down mid-game, maybe 75% through the simulation, maybe tomorrow, in-game world tomorrow. And that's going to affect, well, how slow they get going, obviously. Maybe if they stick together, because I assume some of these nations are going to stick together for longer than others. If they stick together for long enough, take over some of their neighbors, that's going to change a lot of things. New Zealand has arrived. Wait, what is this? The Arrival Heights Laboratory from their puppet. Is that what New Zealand calls? Oh, these are like little stations they have in Antarctica, I'm guessing. Okay. There are so many notifications on this map, I actually cannot keep up. Why? This game continues to get more and more complicated, and I love it. I love it. Like, I love that the World War Simulator, which started off as like an itch.io game, I believe, continues to become more and more like a Paradox game. That's a beautiful combination. Okay, so Ukraine, part of Ukraine's been dead, and it looks like Belarus might be taking out the other part of Ukraine very soon. What the hell is going on? Oh, I think a lot of the puppets around the world are just being seized by their overlord, so we should see powers just begin to, I guess, annex annexed parts of Australia. Chile is over here. New Zealand is getting part of Antarctica. They're probably going to start a war very soon. Some places are revolting. Some puppets are literally revolting away. We're down under 700 nations already. Ukraine is doing a pretty good job fighting off Belarus for now. Oh my goodness, did Russia take over Poland? Russia did take over Poland. How did they do that so fast? The Free Bavarian State. Look how huge Bavaria is getting. This is Bavaria that took over Czechia and I think a couple others surrounding German nations. Mongolia is being attacked. China and Russia are now getting into it. This is a significantly weaker Russia, although they did just take over Poland. I actually cannot keep up with all this stuff. I actually don't know how I'm supposed to watch everything that's going on. The Polish Academy of Sciences. This is also down here in Antarctica. This is a really nice little touch. I love that. Didn't know Poland was down this way. Look at Zambia take over all of the DRC. That's amazing. So this might be the new biggest country in Africa, although now they're fighting South Sudan. And now India is going after Pakistan. Look at that. Is Puerto Rico its own thing down here? I actually didn't check on that. Yeah, look at all the puppets we got going on in the Caribbean. This is actually crazy. Yeah, the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. They are a puppet and they are likely going to get annexed by DC. DC is somewhere right here. So this is acting like, oh wow, they have even their own flag too. So this is basically who controls everything, who gets all the money. Maine is going after a couple of the provinces here in Canada. Quebec. Greenland, of course, is a puppet to Denmark. Man, the money is just getting thrown around everywhere. Now we have Russia attacking Finland again. I'm not sure that's the greatest idea, but I guess we'll see what happens. Ukraine was so close to taking over Belarus. It was so close, and there's only 2 Baltic brothers now. I just want to know how Russia got here to Poland. They actually connected to Kaliningrad now. Catalonia was conquered. Oh, so Spain is now beginning to break down. Yeah, now we have blue Catalonia. Spain, of course, is very, very divided. They've been divided. They still have an alliance, but Portugal just got a lot bigger by taking over Grenada. Oh, North Centennial Island was here for a second. Bam, there goes Pakistan. They have already... The Islamic Republic of Pakistan has been puppeted by the Republic of India. India is looking strong. That's a really big first dub. And it looks like the Germans were not able to keep together, or at least Denmark is taking over the provinces. See, that's the thing. Like, you can all be allied, but it doesn't mean all the allies will come to your aid. Oh, is this Washington that just got huge? Washington just took over Vancouver and all of British Columbia. I think Mexico is still all together, and French Guyana is about to take over Suriname, it looks like. Oh, Ethiopia is one of the nations that are also extremely divided. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting Ethiopia there. We also have a lot of Nigeria. Look at that. Niger State, Cross River State. There's a couple of... Is that it in Africa? I think maybe. This is a very... Oh, did Portugal just get an alliance with... Oh, they did. I don't know who they got the alliance with. France is looking a little bit stronger, but they still have a long way to go. Denmark is looking good, though. Like all the proper names. Kingdom of Finland, Kingdom of Sweden. This is what they're technically called. The only ones that I know for sure, 100%, yes, is the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea because of the memes. Why are you called that, bro? I do not know. Wow, Mongolia was surviving, but then they got half their nation seized because they became a puppet. Now, Russia's just going in for the kill at this point. China is going to need to find a way to get more strength because Russia is going to become a very big threat to them. Open Meads Land. Okay, so all the weird, funky stuff is happening from... I'm seeing a lot of weird names in here. It's Antarctica that's throwing everything off. Look at the diversity here in the oceanic region. In the Pacific Ocean, so many different little colors. American Samoa, New Zealand, Wallis, Fiji, of course, Cook Islands, New Zealand, French Polynesia with the flags. Freaking the Johnston Atoll. Oh, we did finally lose our first U.S. state. It's Idaho. Damn, no more potatoes for us. They literally got taken over by Alberta. Is that what happened? Oh, Mexico's breaking down. Mexico is beginning their... It looks like they're going to be the first people to begin the Civil War in North America. Yeah, all these states decided to go their own way. That's the first nation, I think, that's finally broken down. That will not be the last, though. It's only a matter of time before more people join in on that. It's funny because, why does Texas look slightly different? Is Texas no longer part of the thing? Anyways, will Texas take advantage of all these individual states going on? Mexico's now up for grabs for all the U.S. states if they want it. I like how both the U.S. and Canada stayed together and decided just to fight each other. Very, very on brand, I think, for both of us. That makes sense. Ooh, the one German state, the Rhineland, took over all of the lowlands, basically. Oh, but the Netherlands are still here just barely. Is Indonesia fighting... What is this? The territory of Ashmore is fighting people. Are they trying to... Oh, they might be trying to get their freedom. Is Christmas Island out here? Where's Australia? There it is. Territories of Christmas Island. One of the best. This is not a meme. This is an actual real place. Is it actually called Flying Fish Cove? I guess it probably is. Also territory of Cocos. So some of the puppets are trying to leave. Wow, look at this little nation go. Ashmore is taking over a lot of the Western Australian territory. This is insane. Wait, did New Zealand change colors? Were they always yellow? I guess they were. Oh, they didn't get their freedom, but they got bigger, so that's cool. Oh, Malaysia is extremely divided. Look at that. I almost missed that. It's kind of easy to find. I don't know why. Is Cambodia too? Never mind. I was going to say it's easy to find because all you have to do is look for the icons. I guess that still works. There's a lot of cities, as you can see on this map. There's so many cities. It's crazy. We're down to now 600 nations, 581 to be exact. Is Nigeria breaking down? Nigeria just officially broke down, so that means we're going to lose even more nations even faster. We also have the Republic of Cameroon moving in after Chad, taking all of Chad's face and chin and nose. Oh, what is this? The region of Murcia. So we now have a re-yellow. Well, they're not all together. It's just a coincidence that they're this same Spanish yellow. Yeah, because Spain's broken down. It looks like they got a little bit bigger too. Italy's not combined. It is Italy's separated from Sicily and Sardinia. These are autonomous places. Did Russia take Turkmenistan? No, they just have a very similar color. Turkmenistan is currently allied to the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. Republic of India is looking awfully like British Raj right now, but they do need to get some more. Wow, Bhutan took some land away from India, in fact. Oh, Zambia took out Botswana. That sucks. Rip Botswana. You can save Botswana, though, by buying him over at makeshift.com. You can keep him safe in your room as a little robot. Also, Egypt is here, and Somalia. How are those countries doing, by the way? But anyways, yeah, check that link down below to makeshift.com if you want these. Yeah, Somalia is kind of in chaos. Somalia, in fact, was actually divided too. Somaliland was freed, that means. So the Republic of Somaliland is an individual nation. It looks like some of these Ethiopian nations are going to take them over. Somalia, well, this is this. Whoa. Why did that happen so fast? What the hell is happening? Or that was like in a blink of an eye. These guys just took over everything. How did they do that so quickly? Look at these notifications. Just boom, 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 boom. What kind of black magic power is this? I mean that I'm just talking about Harry Potter. Maybe I should be more careful with my words. It has nothing to do with Africa. Oh, looks like Guatemala is beginning to take advantage of the fall of Mexico, and you know what? So is Texas, because they took over this southern state down here. There's less Mexican states, I think, for sure in Mexico, but they are getting bigger and bigger. It's still very divided, though. The Commonwealth of the Bahamas is looking a little bit larger, but that's just because it's like Sikh territory, I think. England has managed to still keep everyone together. India now fighting, it looks like it's Nepal now. It's actually a bunch of different little provinces in Nepal. Myanmar's in chaos, but they just got puppeted by China. This is what China desperately needs if they want to compete with Russia, sorry. But Mongolia did somehow survive, so that's huge for China. They cannot let, wow, Estonia. This is crazy, Estonia. That's 6 combat efficiency. Wow, Estonia just got huge. Oh, France just landed in the British Isles. France actually just took over London. That might begin to break down the UK, that's for sure. I think Estonia just took out one of the Russian autonomous states single-handedly. That's incredible, Estonia. Oh, North Dakota just got taken over by Manitoba, and Idaho was removed. Canadian-occupied Idaho, basically. Now California's taken over. Oh, this is actually Arizona that's taken over Mexican states. Brazil is still very chill, very together. They're not going to war with anybody. Interesting. Oh, I almost missed the fact that Argentina's gone. Argentina was divided. Oh, Argentina had some very cool flags in there as well. But yeah, Chile's getting bigger. Chile's getting actually huge because they still have this territory in Antarctica. Kazakhstan still holding its ground a little bit while the Russian Federation has been pushed back quite a bit. Wait, the Russians just lost Poland. Holy moly. Bavaria took that whole... So wait, Russia lost their huge stronghold in Europe. That's such a huge L. That's massive. And Estonia just continues to get bigger and bigger. How is this happening? Less than 500 countries left. To be exact, 457 right now. Ecuador does have their little launch pad from the Galapagos if they need, but they will have to attack France, so maybe you don't want to do that. Remember, France is still in South America. They took over Suriname with French Guyana. Interesting little alliance between Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. Lots of Z nations there. Oh my goodness. India is being taken over by China, it looks like. Specifically by the Tibetan Autonomous region of China. So they're trying to regain land by going in after Afghanistan. They're trying to take Kabul. Surprised that there's still one German state that's fighting. It's Bavaria mostly, but also the Rhineland is still here. The English were able to successfully kick out the French, and they've actually re-landed on continental Europe. Oh, we might have nations trying to get their freedom. There's people trying to leave Russia, it looks like. Also, Central Asia looks like they're in chaos. Estonia is getting weaker because, well, I guess Finland decided to attack literally everybody. Oh, we might have just lost Sweden. Look at big old Norway. Finally, it's Norway that's bullying everyone else in the Nordic region. Usually it was Norway that got passed around between Sweden and Denmark, sadly for them. I'm sure Sweden and Denmark didn't mind it. They probably enjoyed that. South America still has a long way to go, but you know what? This Brazilian state did take over Guyana. Bolivian Republic. Oh, that was so weird. I thought Bolivia took over Venezuela. I was like, how did they get over there? So Russia has broken down. The Russian Federation did lose basically all of their autonomous regions, so Russia is significantly weaker now. However, they're still #1 in land area, but they're getting very close to getting caught by Canada. Canada's also not that large. Then China's probably the biggest threat. Look at how huge Russia is, because even though Russia broke apart, they still have like the top 5 regions. India trying their best to fight for their freedom. They're going after Sri Lanka. They're trying to fight back Tibet. They did take over Afghanistan. Uzbekistan is looking pretty good in Central Europe, and now they're going in after Iran, so look at that. Oh, do you have all the cantons of Switzerland? I didn't even realize that was going to be a thing. Yeah, every single canton icon for Switzerland is here. That is absolutely nuts. That's pretty cool, though. Is that how he decided to do, like, who gets autonomous regions and who doesn't? Like, he needed to make sure the flag... Because this thing has almost every single flag. It's actually insane. I'm very, very impressed that all the flags, even for the autonomous regions, are here. So maybe he just decided to break down the nations where the flags have already been built and customized into a mod. Ooh, Colorado might be one of the first states to leave the Union. Colorado and New Mexico. Oh, everyone's left. Okay, we now officially are beginning the free-for-all in New... Wait, someone just died? Yeah, Tennessee just died. So we have big... Oh, no, Tennessee... It was North Carolina that died. We have a very long boy Tennessee. The Battle Royale officially begins. This is about... We're getting close to the mid-game, so I was right in predicting that this Civil War would break out in the middle of the game. They managed to get a little bit bigger, but you know what? If Canada... Oh, Canada also broke down. Okay, so never mind. Canada's in chaos. Watch this big region. They could take over everything, possibly. You need still friends. Ooh, the free sovereign state of Koya, Chula... something. Okay, so there are teammates. I was gonna say you need to get some teammates. Wow, look at this weird southern panhandle Texas has. Some of these states are gonna have to form teams or else they're gonna get rolled over by basically the big Canada up here. Morocco has successfully taken over. Oh no, Western Sahara is still here. Israel has taken Cairo from the Arab Republic of Egypt. That's very disrespectful. Y'all gonna let that happen? Iraq is now attacking Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is allied to India and Uzbekistan, by the way. Oh, Japan got taken. I didn't even get to check. Was Japan divided? I don't think Japan was divided. Japan took over South Korea briefly. They might have maybe annexed some territory. North Korea is literally not even moving. India with a slight comeback. Also, we have Georgia moving in after the Republic of Estonia. Beautiful Argentinian flags. I'm really liking that. Also for Brazil, too. They got some really cool, unique flags here. Is the Battle Royale for Antarctica closing down anytime soon? Oh, China's over this way. I didn't even see that. It looks like it's still pretty much anyone's game down here. So China currently has 4 puppets right now. 4 puppets they are trying to balance between, Tibet being another. Oh, Russia. Who is this? Oh, that's actually the Jewish Autonomous State. Okay, so this is basically Russian Israel. It's Jewish Russia, Israel. So this is where they decided to put all of the communist world did. This is how they decided to put all their Jews. And it's still right over here fighting pretty good against the Chinese. They're still going. Oh, it looks like Italy lost Sardinia, but they didn't lose Sicily yet. You kind of need the ball that you're kicking, Italy. That's kind of important. All these different state factions. Ooh, Quebec. Quebec's fighting Canada right now. And all these different state teams that have formed up. Oregon, Nevada, Utah, California. Arizona handling the southern part. They do not have any friends right now, though. Kind of glad they kept the color. That way it's going to be a little bit easier by the end of the game if it's like a weird autonomous territory that's taken over all this stuff. Like, for example, Kanadi, whatever. Because there's still the Russian green, I'm basically going to know, oh yeah, that's definitely the autonomous region from Russia. Estonia is not backing down. They are continuing to fight old Russian lands. At some point, Ireland was taken. Oh, Ireland got taken over by Wales. Just Wales, including Northern Ireland. So the United Kingdom is actually just divided between 3 kingdoms now. That's kind of funny. How did Wales manage to do that? Oh, some nations are definitely dying out of the 50 states. We don't have it. We don't even have half the states, I think. It's looking like we don't even have half the 50 states. What the hell is that big name? Oh, Hong Kong is administrative zone. I forgot about them. Whoa. All right, there's a lot of little things happening here. Bangladesh was a puppet to China. How many puppets does China now have? Are they losing stuff? Oh, they have 5. Now they have 4 because they just annexed 1. We've got a very big Laos people democratic thing. Philippines actually landed a little bit in Indonesia. Finally, the Australian states, well, at least one Australian state, Queensland, decided to go independent. India's finally gone. Oh, no, they're back to being themselves. Okay, they got their color back. Norway just completely peacefully, it looks like, united with Estonia. Or, well, did they? It's called the Kingdom of Norway, but when I click on them, it still shows the Estonian flag. How does that work? I guess, is it a united thing? I don't know. This game updated so much, so Ukraine's back, but they're a puppet? Oh my gosh, there's so many countries they still need to take over. But luckily, we are approaching only 250 nations left on this world. Some of the Central American nations are getting killed. Look at Nevada. Oh, Nevada backstabbed California. Oh, who's going to take Vegas? Who's about to take Vegas? Vegas and Henderson here. They got lucky. They barely squeezed it out. Canada's very likely to take over all of this, but Ontario and Quebec are still here. Okay, so Bolivia is going to get some coastal territory. It's going to be coastal territory, though, off of Buenos Aires. So I thought they were up here in Venezuela. Nope, but Bolivia managed to still do some amazing things. Chad, wow, that's impressive, Chad. But Chad and Angola, they got the same colors. This is not the same territory, though. Mongolia is still fighting. This is so impressive. Oh, they're allied to all of China. The Netherlands with a small comeback. They actually have united the lowlands. Germany is, I think, officially dead. No, Bavaria is still here. Surprisingly, the Balkans are relatively still divided this late into the game, which is crazy. Oh, it's getting ugly. It is getting really ugly. Yeah, the unifications that are going to take place is going to be insane. A lot of these states, so this is the Helena Commonwealth between this just massive alliance. I think that's what this mod is using. It's using the new feature, new update from this game where like some sort of weird faction that you're forming. Commonwealth, it's like the EU, or if you form like a strong enough alliance, you basically become a singular country for a little bit. Wow, that's a big vampire nation, Romania. Very impressive. Oh, the Greens have taken over Algiers frontier for now. Independent state of Papua New Guinea. They have landed in Australia. That's crazy. New Zealand actually they had a couple pixels on Australia too. Still, it's anybody's game down here. Well, Australia has the Australian capital territories down here in Antarctica. Lots of little Swiss cantons being eaten up by the French. You do want to be like this, like united. We're seeing like all these massive alliance teams, not Australian, alliance teams form up. And that is good when you do that because then you're all pulled into wars at the same time. That's very, very powerful to be able to beat much bigger nations surrounding you. It gives the little guys a chance. This Ethiopian province still looking strong and they've got a pretty nice team they're surrounded by. Saudi Arabia getting big. They took a huge chunk out of Turkey. Yep, this autonomous region out of Russia looks like it's very likely going to be Russia. They took out all of Iran. Finally, Brazil goes down. Finally, Brazil does... Well, Para? Is that really a state just called Para? And then all these, like, smaller Brazilian areas. Oh, that's an interesting one. The rainbow with the cross. Interesting combination. Lots of questions there. Bolivia, Chile, and whoever else is still down in the southern part of South America, they have formed a pretty nice united team. We'll see how long that lasts and if it's enough to take out some of these Brazilian states before they break apart. Whoa! Alright, so Ethiopia means business out here in East Africa. Is Palestine back? Palestine is back. Somehow someone revived Palestine and took them and made them take over Israel, which is hilarious. They have all of Israel's old land. Oh, this is looking like Napoleonic France right here. Wow, look at that. This is called the Lion Realm. They've got some teammates too. Okay, so the UK did finally break down. England is here, and that's actually it. They are the final... Oh, Wales is here, just barely. It's just England and Wales. Didn't think it would be those two, but Norway is taking out so... Oh, we just lost Wales. Actually, never mind. I take that back. England's the final kingdom in the United Kingdom. It's not even a United Kingdom anymore. It is now just called Kingdom. Ooh, look at the blue states go. They're taking over the much bigger Canada. That's the great thing about this update. Everyone has a chance now. You can now defeat the bigger powers. By the way, the bigger power right now remains to be now the People's Republic of China. Then the Russian Federation is still here, but they're barely holding on. Canada, Sakha, Mongolia is one of them. Indiana, I did not realize Indiana has gotten that big. That's a big old Indiana. And it looks like China is taking over all of Antarctica very soon. I don't think anyone's going to be able to stop them. Is there a looping map? There's got to be a looping map, which has allowed this to be a thing. Because there's got to be a way for them to get... Oh, is China down here in Oceania? Well, New Zealand is a part of the same team for now. Hey, India is looking pretty good, though. Look at India make a comeback. It's a lot of cities that France... Sorry, I almost called you India, France. That was disrespectful. France is looking like Napoleonic France. They went after England briefly trying to kill them, but they were not successful. And we're down to only a couple of Mexican states left. Literally, Mexico is still here, and Nevada is a pretty big Pacific. They actually left this Commonwealth. The white nation of South America, they are doing pretty good, actually, as they take over Peru. It's the Lagos state that took over all of Nigeria and a lot of this region in West Africa. Turkey was just puppeted by the French. This is an interesting expansion by the French. They decided to go south into the Balkans and to Turkey, but man, Romania is going to be a major problem for them. United Belgrade. Okay, so now it's going to be Bulgaria that might be the major problem for them. Dang, this team is huge, and they all united. That's crazy. Is that a pineapple on their flag? I think that's just like a tree, but this is a massive... So they just called their nation this? They're not even... This is basically just an Ethiopian empire. This is the capital of Ethiopia, so that makes sense. Zimbabwe has become South Africa, essentially. There's now 92 nations left. France is expanding in all sorts of different areas. France probably needs to be... Oh, France actually just puppeted Quebec. Finally, the prophecy is true. There's nothing more that Quebec wants right now than this. To get the hell out of Canada and to be puppeted by the French. This is a dream come true. I'm actually very invested in this storyline. What's going to happen next? What is this red thing? Commonwealth of Virginia just popped out, and they're puppets of Canada, of course. Is Quebec trying to fight for their freedom? They did. Why would Quebec do that? They left France. This is the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen on here. Everything else very real. Holy crap. That is a massive nation. Now, they're very divided, but if someone unites that whole area, that's going to be really bad for the world. That means, yeah, it's China. It's just China versus Norway in Antarctica. That's basically it. France is still kind of here. Will it be England that takes down this pretty big France? They did take Paris. Oh, good. The alliance did break down. That was going to be way too powerful. I'm sorry, but Mongolia, China, and India, and the big Russian autonomous states, that's ridiculous. Look at Palestine go. Palestine's getting bigger and bigger along with the Kingdom of Arabia. Bulgaria and Romania working together side by side. They joined the Schengen zone, and now they're taking over the entire world. They don't care. Oh, maybe I spoke a little bit too early because now, maybe not. France is now working with the Greater Palma region, which is led by maybe Mali or something. I don't know if it's Spain or something. Oh, they're actually over this way. They're in Canada. Mexico's still going with this last state. It's not Mexico state. They got taken over. Brazil probably should have broken down earlier. Brazil looks like they actually will die. They just didn't do enough, I think, in this campaign because they're just getting crushed on all sides. There are some unifications that are happening, though, too, to be fair. I like that this alliance united Belgrade. It was led by Bulgaria, but they left, and now it's just Romania that's in it. Their capital's not even... Oh, they do have Belgrade, just barely. They have a small foot. Oh, Belgrade is here. What the hell? It's like a small city-state. Hey, the Philippines taking over a part of China. Look at that. We've got a huge Colorado. Where did Colorado come from? I have no idea. Where did Indiana go? Quebec is one of the last free places. They are allied to the Commonwealth of Virginia. And then France is coming over here from Newfoundland. Greenland got taken over, I think. Romania puppeted Saudi Arabia. This is a crazy world. Look at this new alliance that's formed, the Republic of the Philippines. The Philippines forced China into their alliance. Also, very big Romania that's formed up. Ethiopia continues to come back. There's a big battle still happening for North America. Colorado is huge. Look at this, the Denver Empire. I wouldn't put it past them to actually name their country that. I could see that happening. Man, China really loves the Philippines. This is crazy. The world, the Europeans being divided between Romania, Bulgaria, France, and Norway. That's an interesting one. The Belgrade Republic now is looking pretty good. Is Belgrade still here somehow? Belgrade is, in fact, somehow still here, and they're leading this charge, to be honest. It's all between the French and Bulgaria and Belgrade. Oh, also, Norway is here. Kandoma states. Okay, well, whatever. China's taken over a lot of Australia. They've already taken over all of New Zealand. It's the Montana states versus Colorado over this way, as France continues to get a bigger foothold in North America. Montana states consist of Oregon, Wyoming, and Montana. That's it. Very, interesting states that end up coming out on top here. I would have never guessed these ones. The District of Columbia is somehow still in the game. How did did you take over Puerto Rico? They must have annexed Puerto Rico, and that's why they still have a foothold. And DC in just soloing para right now. This is crazy. In South America, man, the fact that France is still they're so spread out. They took over so much of their overseas territory, so they have like their little fingers all over the map, which is keeping them very powerful in Europe. Washington, D.C. This is Washington, D.C. right here. They're green now, so I think they're a part of this People's Democratic Republic of Algeria Empire for whatever reason. So D.C. has joined Africa, but it doesn't matter because they're getting huge in South America. DC's actually, have they retaken back DC? They're so close from getting back the District of Columbia. They got so much of the Deep South all the way up to Ohio. I don't even know why the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria Empire is over in North America, but that's also a mouthful. Can you change that up? Use something else with that? Look at the District of Columbia looking absolutely massive. The middle of the map is divided by 3. It's France, Romania, and then it's Algeria, I guess. Crazy that Antarctica is not figured out yet. Like, how do you not got anything in... I mean, I guess it should be China eventually. It's between China and France down this way for the icy cap to the south. There doesn't look like there's 10 nations here, but there is, in fact, 10 nations here. I guess the alliance map mode, things do change when you turn off that alliance map mode. DC is now fighting single-handedly Colorado. A lot of blue over here in the Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a lot of blue, but also because of France, too. District of Columbia. This is getting really weird. You're actually not too far away from the Columbia. What is DC doing? Romania versus India, at least for a brief second. Oh, China. This is not looking good. The Republic of India. India's just got puppeted. There is way too much blue on this map. 7 nations left. DC is marching across the Atlantic Ocean, trying to take out Africa. And then there were 2. It is Lion Realm versus the District of Columbia. The most incredible comeback. They were literally starting off as like 1 pixel. I think they very quickly became more than 1 pixel because they were beginning to puppet or seize the land of their puppets from the very beginning. They're going to fight to the death until one country controls them all. Where's the DC capital even? It's probably in Brazil. Bro, where is your capital? I can't even find it. There's so many cities left on this map. I allowed city raising just to see if we could get rid of some of these white dots by the end of it, but there's just so much. Oh, and there it is. It's going to be France. They just have so much more land. DC with an incredible comeback, though. Their home base, which was South America for quite some time, yep, it's over. France here with the dub, amazing. That was a really cool little simulation. So many cities, so many flags. Big thanks to my patrons this month. If you want your name here, check that Patreon link in the description down below. Never change Drew unless you want to. We need a Drew bobblehead figurine. Petition for Drew
Alexander
to
the
make
Terrible,
Hoi 4 ASMR
Connor
Tingles
Pavlik,
version 2. Frederick Tiblin,
King
Bear Hayes,
Lord Track,
Luxembourg Lover,
Miglu the Goat,
Nolan, Nord Tyrol,
Tamron,
and William.